asked over 250 backpackers what tent beginners should buy. And the number one answer actually surprised me, because the number one tent might actually be wrong for most beginners. And today I'm going to show you what the survey revealed, why experienced backpackers give bad beginner advice, and what beginners should actually buy instead. If you're new here, I recently asked my community to fill out a huge backpacking survey. That video has over 12,000 views, nearly 500 comments, and more than 250 people contributed their experience. And the goal was simple: what should beginner backpackers actually buy? But once I started looking at the data, I realized something really important. The internet might be giving beginners the wrong advice. First, let's chat about who answered this. Only about 18% had less than 1 year of experience. Over 60% had more than 3 years backpacking. And nearly 1/3 had over 100 nights out on the trail. These are experienced backpackers. And look at the age. Over 70% were over the age of 40, which might actually explain a lot. So what tent did everyone recommend for beginners? Durston, by a huge margin. The X-Mid, the X-Dome, even some of the Pro versions made the list. It dominated the results. And don't get me wrong, Durston makes some incredible tents, but I also noticed a problem when reviewing the data, because I also asked another question. How much should a full beginner setup actually cost? Almost 50% said somewhere between $500 and $800. Another 33% said between $300 and $500. That means 83% of people believe that beginners should spend less than $800 for everything. Backpack, sleeping bag, pad, stove, clothing, tent, everything. So when experienced backpackers recommended a $300 to $400 tent, that can be half of the beginner's entire budget. Here's what I think is really going on. Most experienced backpackers aren't recommending what beginners actually need. They're recommending what they wished they had bought early on. That's called hindsight bias. A lot of people believe buy once, cry once. And that works if you know you already love backpacking. But most beginners don't know that yet. After looking at all this data, I realized there's not just one type of beginner. There's three. Beginner type number one. These people are testing the hobby out. These are people who don't even know if they'll like backpacking yet. What they need is something low risk, affordable, easy to set up, and durable enough to handle some beginner mistakes. I believe that their budget range should be around $100 to $200 if you're buying new. Tents that can fall into this category are tents like the Nature Hike Cloud Up 2, the Featherstone Granite, the REI Trailmade, or even some of the Kelty tents. Honestly, this is where most beginners should start if you're buying new. If you're willing to buy secondhand, or you've got some friend who will let you borrow gear in the beginning, then you can step up to a bigger brand but keep your budget about the same. Beginner type number two is more of a committed beginner. This is someone who knows they want to continue. They know that they already are falling in love with backpacking. So their budget range could be $250 to $400. And this is where the Durston tents come in. The X-Dome, the X-Mid, or even the Nemo Hornet or the Big Agnes tents when they're on sale can fall into this budget. Then that leads us to beginner type number three. Buy once, cry once. This group of beginners is a lot smaller, but typically has a larger budget. And so we're gonna say that they have a budget for over $400. This is where some of your premium gear can make more sense. They have a little bit more freedom to be able to try out tents that they don't know that much about. Personally, if someone came to me brand new, I would not automatically tell them to buy a Durston tent. I would tell them to start where they are at, because the worst thing that can happen is somebody spends a ton of money and then decides they don't even like backpacking. I was lucky as a youth. I grew up in Scouts, where gear was provided. So by the time I started buying my own gear, I already knew what I liked. Most beginners don't have that advantage. Another question I asked in the survey: what was the worst beginner gear you ever bought? The common themes that I saw were thin sleeping pads, heavy packs, wrong size backpacks, overly heavy gear, and bad tents. Almost nobody said they regretted starting cheap. They regretted starting wrong. So is Durston the best beginner tent? Maybe, for some people, but not always. The best beginner tent is the one that gets you outside without blowing your budget and without making backpacking feel overwhelming. If you want to be a part of this project, The survey's still open. I'm collecting data for a whole year, and I'm gonna summarize the data again at 6 months, and then again finally at 1 year. And at both of those times, I'm gonna be giving away some free gear. All you have to do is fill out the survey, leave your email, and you're automatically entered for the giveaways. And if you wanna see the full list of gear that everybody recommended after the first 30 days, check out this video right here. But I also wanna hear from you. Do you think beginners should buy cheap gear? Or do you think they should buy once, cry once? As always, guys, I hope this was useful for you. And hopefully, I see you out on the trail.